Prime Speaker Zegana versus Liliana, Heretical Healer. Don't think I've seen that as a commander before. We have... I'd rather not have a tap land on turn 1, but we do have Mana Crypt. So I think we'd be... remiss to knock that back. We can go for Temple of Mystery. Turn 2 bird. And then see what we get into from there. Have a look and see what we want to scry here. No, don't really care for that. We need another coloured source really. A fetch land would be preferable here. And just as I was about to expand our commander. Okay, well our opponent goes for a tap land as well, so let's go for our Reliquary Tower. And yeah, that's all we can do. We'll pass back over to our opponent. Argument to be made for the Mirri's Guile there to ensure that we get into a land, but I think I want to... Well, we can do all 3 of those now, can't we? That is Fellwar Stone, Mirri's Guile, and then we'll go over the commanders. Prime Speaker Zegana is a 6 mana 1/1. When it enters the battlefield, you get X +1/+1 counters on it, where X is the greatest power amongst other creatures you control. And when it enters, you also draw cards equal to its power. Mirri's Guile is going to trigger at the beginning of our turn. We can lignify our opponent's commander. I think we want to... Well, we definitely don't want to see Crush of Tentacles yet. So, yeah, the only real answer there is Island. So we'll go for... Not getting into a whole lot so far. We'll just go for Lignify on our opponent's commander. And they'll just have to hope that they have a sack outlet. And yeah, we'll hold up counter magic that we don't have. The Liliana, Heretical Healer, is, I think it's a 3/2 with lifelink for 3 mana. Whenever another non-token you control dies, exile it, and then return it to the battlefield transformed. If you do, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. And we'll go over the Planeswalker abilities later. Looks like they've sacrificed it somehow. What's that? Sacrifice a creature, destroy a target creature. Okay, so they've gone for our bird there. In case we'll go for Sakura Tribe Elder. We can shuffle these things away. And we'll finally get a forest into play so that we can actually get down the Dungrove Elder. Why don't we just do that at the end of our opponent's turn? That's what we should do. We need to really be getting into big creatures. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to shift those creatures or those cards off the top. Traumatic Compass is going to search for a basic. And what flips this thing? At the beginning of your end step, if you control 7 or more lands, transform it. Transforms into a land, which is untap target attacking creature an opponent controls, then remove it from combat, so it's kind of like a Maze of Ith. But it does make sure that our opponent is making their land drops. So we'll see what else we get on top. Okay, Primal Command. I think I'd rather just get another forest into play, to be honest. We could search for something though. Search for a creature, put it into your hand. Yeah, we'll go for Primal Command on second thoughts. At least gives us something to do this turn. So we want to put a non-creature and search our library for a creature. So we'll get rid of that thing. And that will be 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And I don't actually know what we want to search for. Probably something with hexproof. I forget what that Kraken is called. I think it's this one. Storm Surge Kraken. Not the biggest creature we have, but it does have hexproof, and I have to assume that our opponent has a means of targeted removal with the colours that they're in. They go for Liliana again. Oh, and we get into prime time. Okay. How about we go for... Well, as soon as we're having a bit of a fun game so far, we'll just make the land drop instead. And we'll go for the Storm Surge Kraken. And then next turn we can get into Prime Speaker Zegana if we want to, but I would like to Song of the Dryads, our opponent's commander, so perhaps should have, yeah, I could have gone into Mana Crypt and done that actually. But giving our opponent half a chance to... Okay, so they're going to flip their Liliana. So there is... I think the prime time should still be on the battlefield. It's still on top. There's nothing stopping me going for that now. Okay, Eternal Witness is good. We'll go for the Primeval Titan though. And now then, let's have a look. 2, 4, 6. Yeah, unfortunately can't Song of the Dryads as well. You get an emblem with the -8. Whenever a creature dies, return it under your control at the end step. Target non-legendary creature with CMC X is returned. Yeah, okay, so I think we just have to do Song of the Dryads on that now, because they could just kill the Primeval Titan by getting back their Merciless Executioner. And yeah, we'll just have to leave it at that. Had I have Song of the Dryads last turn when I should have done, then we wouldn't be in that predicament. We could be playing things out much faster than we are. Okay, they're going for card draw. We'll just have to hope that they don't have us discard. Okay, Nevinrel's Disc. Well, we can encourage them to... Oh, Woodland Bellower can destroy that. Yeah, so we can just go for that. Woodland Bellower will allow us to go for a Reclamation Sage, which is what it goes for the vast majority of the time. Or it does in my decks anyway. Let's have a look here. Reclamation Sage. Because we don't want to play Primeval Titan into a board wipe. We certainly do want to use that. And our opponent really needs a land destruction card of some form. Maybe a Ghost Quarter could do it for them. Ooh, this doesn't look... Bells and Lock. I forget what it does. I know it's good. It's a 6/6 for 6 mana, flying and trample. Exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land. Put it into your hand. If the card's CMC is 4 or greater, repeat the process. Deals 1 damage to you every time it does that. And we'll just trade on that thing there. And they went for Never. And they can exile. Yeah, okay, so they can get more tokens if they want to. We will go for then. I think we have to go for Lightning Greaves onto a prime time there. This will empty our hand, but hopefully... I think I actually won't swing in with the Primeval Titan, because it's a means of us refilling our hand. They might be able to force us to sacrifice the Primeval Titan, but we have at least gotten some lands with it. So why don't we go Temple, and I think we can just grab a breeding pool there. And then we'll make sure to equip the Lightning Greaves. Not sure if they'd want to trade here. Well, I'm not going to give them the opportunity. If they have a means of making a sacrifice, then so be it. Okay, they're going for Beacon of Unrest. And that is going back onto the disc. So this thing, when it untaps, they can pay 1 and tap. Destroy all artifacts, creatures and enchantments. That will pretty much wipe the board as it happens. They will get their Liliana back after that happens. And that thing could be a pain, but it will die to the disc, which I have to assume they're going to go for it next turn. Okay, they're deciding to hold up their demon as a blocker. See if we get bolted off the crypt here. Do we want any of that? I think we just go for the forest there. We're going to draw into it all off the Primeval Titan anyway. Alright, we'll play out the... Well, we won't play a land yet, just in case. Yeah, we will, because I don't want to tap down too many non-basics or dual lands. So let's have a look at what we draw into here. 7 cards for us here. And Curse of the Swine is pretty good. Yeah, we can actually go for that. And then we can swing in with both our creatures. And then we'll not bother getting down the Simic Signet because it's just going to die to the Nevinrel's disc next turn. Oh, and I should have got the Lightning Greaves. I thought I'd moved the Lightning Greaves over, so apologies for that. That's a mistake on my part. We will shuffle the library around and get rid of some stuff here. I think Command Tower is okay. We don't have anything too flashy in the deck. We'll just go for the Tropical Island as well. A couple of dual sources, nothing too fancy. And then I'll be intrigued to see if they want to soak up some damage here. Yep, they just opt to take 2 points of damage. Now they will most likely go for the disc, in which case our Zegana will cost 8 mana. Yep, that's exactly what they're doing. So our Zegana is 8 mana, that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 and 12 next turn. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, that leaves us with 4 mana, so we can't outland Colossus. Oh, maybe we can with Ancient Tomb actually. Yeah, hopefully we can outland Colossus into Prime Speaker next turn. That would be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 and 13. We have exactly enough there. And how often do you see a tap Planeswalker? Only with Gideon usually. Forcing us to discard here. We'll just get rid of the Polluted Delta. Not sure what the limit break is on this thing. Oh yeah, it's that, yeah. Return a non-legendary card, okay. So just having to hope that our opponent doesn't have spot removal for 2 mana. They may well have a go for the throat or something like that. So let's try this out. That is a 6/6. Our opponent gets one of their zombies to fall out of the Newscraft mob. And then we go for 8 mana. 4, 6, and 8. And they can respond to this by blowing up our Outland Colossus if they have something. But they don't, luckily for us, so we draw another 7 cards. And yeah, that's not the greatest, but it's not the worst. We have See the Unwritten and Nazal, the Primal Tide. I'd really like to have those Lightning Greaves. Unfortunately, our opponent got rid of them. We did shuffle away an Eternal Witness, so we could draw into one of those. Oh, Dictate of Erebos is really nice. That is going to make things very difficult for us. Oh, and they get back our Primeval Titan. Not sure how they did that. Infer Deadlands. No, it wasn't that. Did they do it with this? No, that's from your graveyard. I'm not sure how exactly they did that. Let's have a look. Triggered ability from Primeval Titan. Yawgmoth's Vile Offering. Which one is that? I haven't a clue. I will look more thoroughly in the during the edit. I'll probably throw up some text telling me what it was exactly. Okay, they are swinging in for 2 here. Oh no, with 2/2/2 zombies, I should say. So that is actually 4 damage they dealt to us. We are going to go for... Why don't we go for Chasm Skulker? Try and make a big creature here. What happened there? Oh, the noose. That's very good. The Noosecraft mob died because I cast a spell and that triggered the Dictate of Erebos. That is unfortunate. Not the end of the world. We at least get to cast Prime Speaker again. And that does change things somewhat. So we'll go for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. Then we'll have 4 mana held up. We can go for a Ranger's Path, I think. Or we could go... Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see. Let's just do this first. We want to get a big creature on the field, not only for Zegana, but also for that See the Unwritten. So now, if we go Chromatic Lantern and then either Hardened Scales or the Signet. I think we're just going for the Signet. Try and ramp and empty our hand out as much as we can. Now we've got a lot of zombies coming in next turn, and I don't fancy blocking any of this that's coming in actually, but we're going to have to. And our opponent does get an emblem. Whenever a creature dies, return it to the battlefield. Yep, so that is... I think they're going to get us on this one. I don't see what else we can do. We could try and hold up a Crush of Tentacles, but that won't get rid of the emblem. Yeah, we can Harden Scales into Crush of Tentacles, and that will leave us with an 8/8 octopus. They have eventually emptied their hand. And they're going to, at least when these things die, they'll come back under our opponent's control. And that means that we'll get them back with the Crush of Tentacles. Oh, but I think have they sacrificed? They may have sacrificed the... Yeah, it looks like they've sacrificed our Chasm Skulker to the Razaketh. We'll just kill a squid. They don't get that back. Luckily for us, they're tapped out. They are able to tutor for anything they want now, though. Or is this at the... Oh, it's at the end step. It's not straight away. Okay, so they will get our creatures back. It looks like they're able to get down close to lethal if this isn't lethal. 2, 4, 6, 8. I think that's 8 on the zombies. And that will be 14 damage, leaving us at 6 if my maths is right. Yep, certainly is. So we really want to blow up the board at this point. Or, well, slow our opponent down somewhat anyway, as much as we can. Getting rid of these zombies will be really good because that's a lot less sack fodder for them. Unfortunately, they're just able to tutor up whatever they want now. Pretty cool deck, though, I have to say. This has been... I mean, they got through a Lignify and a Song of the Dryads, and that usually just shuts people down. They either scoop or don't have a means of getting around it, so... Really good for our opponent that they've managed to do this. They get into more ramp with the Primeval Titan. We do at least get that back when we Crush of Tentacles. Okay, so let's go for this then. That will be a green on the Hardened Scales. Oh, and of course we will draw our opponent some cards. And then we will... Yeah, we have to go for Crush of Tentacles. I don't see us winning this game, but we have to go for it. So we'll pay the Surge cost, of course. That is 5 mana. And this will draw our opponent another card. That's 2 cards they got off the Nazal. Okay, there we go. And then why don't we see the Unwritten. If we control a creature with power 4 or greater, which we do, so do we want to do that? Why don't we get down the Lantern first, so that we don't have to take any damage from the Ancient Tomb. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. Which means we can go for the Signet. And then that means that we can go into our See the Unwritten and hope to rip into some really good stuff on the top of our library. Okay, well, we can get Haste. We can also get Eternal Witness. Does Eternal Witness do anything for us? Yeah, I think we could Curse of the Swine. So let's go into that and Eternal Witness. We'll Eternal Witness back the Curse, because I assume our opponent is going to get that Razaketh back out. That's something for us to do next turn. And we might as well just get down the Hardened Scales. And then we'll give our Octopus Haste. And hopefully our opponent didn't just go for something that drains us. They perhaps should have done if they run anything like that. They should just be able to drain us for 6. They have 9 cards in hand. Okay, and they're just going to kill their Burnished Heart. They haven't got down the Dictate, so they surely have something going on here. I'd love to win this game after our opponent has stomped us pretty heavily, but I'm not hopeful. And they are going for Distended Mindbender. When you cast this spell, target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-land card with CMC 3 or less and a card with CMC 4 or greater, and we discard those, so they're making us get rid of the Curse of the Swine and the Nazal, which is bad news for us. They obviously want to keep the Razaketh around. They haven't gotten into the Dictate yet, which is good for us, and I have to assume that it's imminent. Okay, don't know what they did there. Gameplay's going by. They went for Hero's Downfall on our Surak. And there's only 3 more times they can use this Razaketh. We'll be able to go wide on them if they're not careful. Okay, well, this is just a case of us... Oh, of course they get the... Completely forgot about the emblem, so they get these things back. We have to try and fish for a Cyclonic Rift here then. Cyclonic Rift will get us the game. So that's what we have to try and go for. I think this is 10. Okay, and I don't think we've got it. No, unfortunately not. I don't think we can afford to... Can we afford to brainstorm? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can afford a brainstorm. So why don't we play an island and do just that. And fingers crossed that it's on the top 3 cards of our library. It most certainly is not, so it looks like our opponent's got it. We do have rapid hybridization, but no, that won't do it for us. So I think that is us done. We'll go into Thought Vessel and we'll just hold up the Rapid Hybridization and Beast Within, I think we can try. No, we can't do that. We're just going to have to hold up the Rapid Hybridization and the Beast Within. I don't think it's going to do anything for us, unfortunately. Our opponent's just going to be able to go wide on us, so we'll give them the opportunity to do that. But if our opponent just decides to dirtle around, we're not going to sit here and watch them do it. Okay, there is absolutely no need for them to go for the Dictate of Erebos, so just going to concede the game and go for the GG. That was a good game for our opponent. Yeah, really cool mono black control style build. Yeah, that was a very interesting deck and an interesting game, I think. I had no idea I was so far behind on the clock, so apologies if I was playing particularly slowly there. I must have been, in order to get 10 minutes behind on my opponent, so apologies for that. But hope you enjoyed the Zegana matchup and us getting battered by Mono Black. I'm tribalkai on the EDH channel. Thank you for watching.